The scramble for Africa had begun and the British ran into another enemy. This time it was a tribe who had grown from a small village to one of the biggest empires in Africa. This was the Anglo-Zulu War. The Anglo-Zulu War was just the British saying, give us your land and we won't hurt you. But the Zulus didn't like this and so they said no. Now, the Zulus wanted to show that they were only defending their home. And when the British sent a force to deal with it, they ran into the entire Zulu army. 20,000 Zulus versus 4,000 Brits. And although having artillery, rifles, being as technologically superior as you could be in the 1850s, the British were slaughtered. Now this would be the Battle of Isandlwana, which is the pretext for our main focus of this video, which is the Battle of Rorke's Drift. Rorke's Drift was a small garrison outpost, as you'd like to see it, where only 114 Brits were stationed. The 14 or 18 were wounded. But they would hold out against 4,000 Zulus. Now, when the time of the battle came, the Brits had made fortifications and were ready to defend themselves. Now, the Zulus were only equipped with spears and shields, while the Brits were equipped with Martini Henry rifles. But this didn't shy the Zulus away, as during their conquest to make the Zulu Empire, they'd used the bull and the horns technique, one which I will cover at a later date. This, however, proved mildly effective against the Brits, but they still held on, and the Zulus came back for more. But they would use mind games to trick the British, as they would start singing, chanting, smacking their shields to put fear into the Brits' hearts. But still, we held on. When it came for the final charge of the Zulus. Now, in the film Zulu, it shows them going into a singing war against the British. But, in all honesty, they didn't do that. They just continued on with their mind games. And eventually, the Brits managed to hold Rorke's Drift, taking not even 20 casualties. This would be one of the greatest victories in the Scramble of Africa. And when the Zulus came back one final time, they retreated for two prominent reasons. First of all, they saw the British relief column coming into Rorke's Drift, so they knew they weren't ever going to beat that. And second of all, they weren't even meant to attack Rorke's Drift. They were meant to do their doings at Isandlwana and then leave the British just to show that they were defending their territory. But Rorke's Drift is kind of like the Battle of Thermopylae. It's one of those tales of heroism. A force vastly outnumbered but still holds their own. Okay, I know Thermopylae, they didn't hold their own, but it's just one of those tales that people like to tell. So thank you very much for watching this video on the Battle of Rorke's Drift and a very quick overview on Isandlwana. Let me know what you think about Rorke's Drift in the comments below. Let me know what you think about the film Zulu. Not Zulu Dawn, we don't talk about that here, just Zulu. And I will see you next time for, oh my god, that's a blitzkrieg maneuver right there, yeah. Yeah, I better go hide.